Let's rewind to recap the last bit of the play-in action to set up the current playoff matchups. The Warriors were fringe contenders to even start this season, and we knew that it was going to be an uphill battle to get out of the play-in tournament. Well, they ended the season on a sad note. Klay Thompson goes 0 for 10. Steph Curry is a little quiet, not a dominant performance like last year when he went off for 50 points against the Kings. The Warriors bow out, they get routed on the road in Sacramento, and they're eliminated from playoff contention. Just 2 years ago, they won it all, and we thought, is the Dynasty back? Is it still going? Can it still go on? But that still ended on a very sour note. This Warriors team isn't going to be the same moving forward. In 2019, Kevin Durant tore his Achilles in a matchup against the Toronto Raptors, and that set up his eventual exit out of the Golden State Warriors to move to Brooklyn. And we thought at that point the Warriors are a different team. A few years later, they win the championship in 2022, and they made some moves along the way. They brought in Andrew Wiggins and Jordan Poole, and as Klay Thompson was recovering from devastating knee and Achilles injuries himself, those two guys were able to supplant his production. They brought in some defense and wing scoring from both Jordan Poole and Andrew Wiggins. Now, along the way, Klay Thompson returned, and that was an extra boost as they defeated the Boston Celtics in 6 games in 2022. Going into the season, we thought maybe they're repeat favorites over there in Golden State. But with a single punch from Draymond losing his cool, countless ejections and suspensions later, here we are. The Golden State Warriors are out of the playoffs altogether. And there's a lot of factors into this. Is it father time getting at Klay Thompson, the injuries that continue to pile up? Is it the Draymond Green controversies on and off the court? We don't know. There's a lot of things to attribute to this, but it's also with the Warriors management, right? They drafted so many good young players: Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, Jordan Poole, and James Wiseman, for example. They used a lot of draft picks for that. They tried to develop the next core to help Steph Curry on the back end of his career. But coaching, management, they still wanted to play their older guys, their vets, and that didn't allow these younger guys to flourish in roles that they really needed to do in order to get those key minutes in big time playoff moments. We saw them get relegated to the bench, a lot of DMP, coaches' decisions, and they went with older guys. And it wasn't until this year that Klay Thompson, who desperately needed to be benched, and they gave way for the rookie to take over in his shooting guard spot. Now, he's probably not going to be the same Hall of Famer that Klay Thompson will inevitably be, but it still means that Pods is going to be a very solid player in this league going forward. Andrew Wiggins took a total step back the last 2 years. He missed time due to personal reasons, and this year he just did not seem like the same player. A career low in points per game, something we haven't seen from him in quite some time. Jordan Poole obviously was shipped out after succumbing to the punch, and a season of controversy with that in the back of his head. He is now a Washington Wizard. With Klay losing his lateral quickness, they had to depend on newer, younger faces that just didn't have the seasoning to be thrust into the lineup. And now the Warriors face a big time offseason. What are they going to do? It's clear that Klay has lost a step. It would be nice if he stays a Golden State Warrior, but he cannot take a max deal. He can't even take a big time deal. If he can stay on a veteran's minimum and say that he finishes his career out as a Golden State Warrior, that's fine, but he has to relegate the minutes that he has been given to the younger players. We need more from Jonathan Kuminga. We need more out of Pods. Draymond needs to stay on the court and manage his ego, his temper, all those things. It's going to take new wing talent as well. We've heard rumors of maybe them making a move for Paul George or some talented wing to come over to Golden State to maybe give them a chance to elevate themselves up the Western Conference. But there are so many moves to be made to fix the Golden State Warriors, but it's clear that their days as a dynasty are over. They may make the playoffs in Steph's twilight years, as he is still quite a productive player, but I don't think they're going to be a contender anytime soon.